Well, 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 it's finally time. Sup, y'all? It's me. It's your boy AsmonGold, and I'd like to welcome all of you to the OTK Games Expo live from the We Play studio. We have a lot of games to look at, over 40 today, and there are going to be a bunch of different games, and you guys are going to be getting involved as well. Now, the first thing that I want to do is I want to show you all what we're going to be doing and what's to come with this show and exactly how things are going to be broken down, because obviously we're going to have the trailers, we're going to go through all of that stuff, but on top of that, we're actually going to be doing interviews with some of these developers live here in the studio. And on top of that, we're even going to be playing some games on top of it. So I am very, very excited, especially with some of these games. I think they're going to be awesome to watch, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And so, guys, I want to say a huge thank you to everybody who's made this possible. This has been a tremendous undertaking for us, and it wouldn't be possible without you all. So thank you so much. And the other people I want to say thank you to are the people I'm about to announce today. And those are going to be my friends helping me here going through the entire expo right now. And so we got Tectone, obviously the Genshin Impact legend. And then we got, oh man, we've got Jay Schlatt, the Minecraft master. Oh my, he's cut off his finger. Is that okay? I don't know. Okay, all right, who else do we have? And oh, there he is. The classic WoW god, S-Fan TV. And he's going to be helping us, giving us a little bit of commentary and all that as well. And who else do we have? And, oh, look at that. We've got Rich Campbell. Who could have guessed that? And that's good. Yeah, hi, Rich. How you doing? He's happy. He's so happy to be here. Thanks for being here, Rich. Yeah, okay, he'll be okay. And then we... okay, so yeah, we've got who is Mizkif. We've got Mizkif there as well. And okay, all right, who else do we have? Let's go ahead and move up a little bit forward. And what the hell are y'all doing? Quit talking. We're going into the show. And then, oh, we've got Amaru, obviously, of course. And we're going to be getting everybody up here and talking about these games all together, getting their feedback, commentary, and just having a few conversations about these games. But that is not the only group of people that we have. We also have an expert variety gamers panel. We've brought together some of the best and most experienced variety gamers on all of Twitch to help give you their insight on these games and tell you which ones are great and which ones are even better. So anyway, over to the variety gamers.
Thank you so much, Zach. It is me, NMPLOL, here with the Variety Gaming panel. We have assembled some of the best gamers ever on the planet. Everyone knows me. I'm NMP. I'm a 9-time Gladiator, 2-time rank 1, all this sort of stuff. And let's go to Chance. How are you?
Hi, Soda Poppin', Chance here. 12-time rank 1, multi-rank 1 overall, gamer extraordinaire, popularizer of Among Us, veteran, 15-year streamer, made most people. Here to really kind of bring my insight and talk about some of these games and some of the great things about them. And over to my left, we've got...
Yeah, that's really cool, Chance. Hi, everybody. I'm Seer. I'm actually a triple platinum rank 1 gas station simulator champion. Also won an Oscar for Best City and City Skylines. And absolutely rolled Soda Poppin' at Warcraft 3 Soccer, which I won a Nobel Peace Prize for. Bruce?
See, all that sounds good, but to me it just sounds like baloney. Pro Telltale Gamer here, Bruce, drop them off. I'm here to give my insight on some of these games. I heard we got a great list, so I'm ready. I'm excited. Back to Nick.
All right, we are the Variety Gamers here to give some of the best insight that we can possibly give. So back to you, Zach.
Thanks a lot, Nick, and I can't wait to hear what invaluable, incredible, and very insightful commentary they're going to be providing today. But also, we have a lot of people involved, but I want to talk to you all about how you guys, the chat, are going to be involved as well. We are putting up today $50,000 of developmental grants, not pledges, grants of these developers, and to try to help them make their games a reality. So the way this is going to work is you all are going to vote, and first place is going to be getting $30,000. On top of that, they're going to be getting a Razer PC powered by Intel, and second place is going to be getting $20,000, and they're also going to be getting a Razer PC powered by Intel to help finish their development of the game, and in some cases, take their game development to the next level. level. So huge shout out to them. And honestly, guys, I am just amazed to be here. And there is one more person and one more guy who's going to be helping me do all of this. And I'd like to also introduce you to one of my longtime friends I've been doing shows with for a very, very long time. It's going to help me host this, Rich Campbell.
Man, I'm amazed to be here as well, and I'm sure they're all amazed to hear my voice. They're used to only hearing it when you're done stream, but today we're only just beginning. And when I look around at this arena, it's crazy. We started off doing small webcam shows, and when you're on the big stage, you get kind of nervous that you might slip. But luckily, I never slip. Thank you to the non-slip grip on my Mountain Dew Game Fuel can. You guys can grab one right now for 10% off if you use OTK. They've been our partner since day one, and it really helped us get here to the big stage. But you're here to check out some of the games. The first category, we're breaking it up into genres throughout the entire day. And the first genre is one that we're all very used to. It's none other than action. To kick everything off for the action games, it should be something very interesting for all of you. As somebody who watches Twitch, you're used to watching bottom feeders talk, but now we're gonna watch bottom feeders fight. It's Prima Studios' brand new game, Knights of the Deep.
Wow. Honestly, I'm pretty excited to play that game, and yeah, I think that you're definitely right. With the crabs, the bottom feeders, I think we'll fit right in. It'll be okay.
Yeah, I think I'll actually be pretty good at this one as well. I beat crabs one time in college.
Really? Wow, that's impressive. I was playing video games. And yeah, I have to say, guys, I thought we'd start off with this game just to give you a little bit of an idea of what we're going to be looking at here and the kind of things that we're going to be able to see. I'm actually really excited to see something like this because it's the same type of like battle royale type thing that we've seen in many other games, but it's taken to a completely ridiculously level, and I think it's amazing, so I'm pretty excited. Let's go to the next one.
I'm definitely ready to check out the next one, but also I want to hear what the Variety Gamers have to say about the crab combat in Knights of the Deep.
All right, thank you so much, Rich. This is the perfect group of people to talk about Knights of the Deep. Three of us have had plenty of crabs in our life. We've had them as pets. We eat them. We love them. We love just everything about fighting. And Chance, how you feel about that game?
You know, all jokes aside, that game actually looks really fun. You know, it looks goofy, it looks ridiculous. It's crabs with guns, shields, there's classes, it seems like there's serious mechanics lined up with the stupidity of it being crabs, but it looks fun.
Yeah, also lobsters.
Lobsters too. Crustaceans.
Yeah.
I think.
Seer?
You're so smart, dude. I would have to completely agree with you on that one, Chance. It looks like a lot of fun. It's the kind of game that, you know, you put up Shroud on your third monitor, mute them, and you start going to Pound Town on this game. And I tell you what, I would likely roll each and every single one of you at that game. Yeah.
Wow.
So, what do you think?
I don't think that's true at all,
Oh, yeah.
but I will tell you what I think about the game. I love the creative jump on the game. they did a really good job with their creativity and taking a jump off the creative ledge that you don't really see often, and I like it.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good game.
Which
Looks pretty good.
which crab do you think you guys would
Okay,
use?
first, you would not beat me.
Yeah, it would be so easy.
No, it wouldn't.
You actually are not that good at games. So that's just my hot take.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for your insight, guys. And back to you, Rich.
Such a loser.
Thank you so much, Nick. It was great to listen to all the handsome guys on the panel and you. But everybody, if you want to check out Knights of the Deep, you can add it to your Steam wish list right now. And also, if it's a game that you think you like, you can do this throughout the day. You can hop in Discord and you can react in the Discord to the games that you like, and that's actually going to help them win the grants, which Asmon mentioned a little bit earlier. Keep that in your mind as we jump into the next game. It's from Neo Interactive, and it's called Samurai Zero.
I made a pact with myself, I'll make it to Shambhala. Hope I'm invited, my frequency's like a Gotham. I made a pact with myself, I'll make it
Select
to
your samurai.
Shambhala.
Right.
They think that love is a song that goes like
Luna.
Even in the darkness of night, the moon is always shining.
Or
heartbeats, the kick drums, hum bass.
elimination.
Veins bleeding, the melodies like playing keys. What you think is a mix? Focus on how it fits. Envision making it rich. Don't just be saying please. If heartbeats are the kick drums, hum bass.
One of
Veins bleeding, the melodies like playing keys. What you think is the mix? Focus on how it fits. Make it more than a wish. Don't just be saying please.
victory. Incredible.
Oh, stop.
All right, I love how that one looks, but I'm very excited because Asmon is with the lead producer of the game right now, Ethos, so we can find out more about everything Samurai Zero.
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I mean, the trailer looks pretty cool. It's an interesting idea. What is this? What's the game about?
Sure. Yeah. So, thanks so much for having me. So, Samurai Zero, it's a multiplayer game, multiplayer PvP focused game. It's a third-person. We're labeling it technically a tactical action hack and slash game, but that's too much. So we just say, okay, whatever. We're just gonna call it a fighting game.
Yeah.
And so it has this really cool layer where basically the world takes place in this science fantasy universe called Edo, which is basically inspired by Japanese Age of the Samurai with a little mix of little sci-fi and cyberpunk.
I think that's badass, man. Yeah, the entire just like the aesthetic of it is great. And you're talking about like having it in 3D, and I'm curious why you decided to go, because most fighting games are all in 2D, and what made you want to go with 3D in this game?
Well, actually, what you just said is basically the answer. A lot of fighting games are in 2D, so we wanted to mix it up and try something a little bit different. So we created a 3D game, and a lot of the like advanced mechanics that the game has, whether it's like the advanced movement, where you can like wall run and you can dash, and whether you're doing the combat, which is all precision focused. I think our game's pretty unique in the fact that we actually don't have a lot of aim assist in the game and a lot of targeting systems. A lot of it's very precision based, so it's a lot of like actually landing your hits, and we do this thanks to using the PC as our main platform. We actually have a lot of control with your camera and where your character aims using the mouse, so creates a really unique, different take for fighting games, I think.
Yeah, if that's the case, I think some people could even almost use it as an aim trainer, the way you describe it. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. And I think that fighting games, one of the most important things about them is kind of how they feel to play. And when will people be able to really get an opportunity to actually feel how Samurai Zero plays?
Sure, yeah. So right now, what we have is, last year around this time, we had a playtest already. So people were able to get a little bit of taste of 1v1 with one of our characters, Ryder, which is the robot you saw in the trailer. He's a robot samurai, so it's pretty cool. Yeah. And the newest character, Luna, which we showed in this trailer, as well as a brand new map, which was Tower, and a bunch of brand new mechanics and features that we brought to the game within that time. We'll be showing to our Patreon people later, early next month. And then also later this year, we're going to be doing a full public playtest where players will be able to get their hands on it and try it themselves.
That sounds awesome, man. Yeah, I haven't really played a fighting game like this pretty much ever before, so I'm really excited to see where this game goes. And thanks a lot for coming on, and really look forward to see where the game goes.
Oh, no, thank you. Thanks for the opportunity. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And if any of you guys want to add Samurai Zero to your Steam wishlist, you can go ahead and do that now. But we're going to be on to the next game.
Yeah, let's hop right into it. The next one is coming from South Games, and this game is called S-Proxy. That was the first game that we actually got to look at today that had a release date attached to it. If you missed it, it's coming out June 23rd, so you can jump in and play. And if you want to right now, if you want to make sure that you don't miss the date, I'm terrible with calendars as well, you can add it to your Steam wish list, and you can check out an early download demo. So that's for S-Proxy. You can hop on Steam and check that out right now. But we're going to be taking a look at our first racing game of the day. It's from Axe and Gray Studios, and it's called Neo Dash. All right, that one got my blood pumping a little bit. You can add it to your Steam wish list right now. And we got one more game left in this category. This one's coming from Angry Demon Studio. And I actually found this one on Asmon's wish list. He tends to like the furrier protagonist. It's gory, cuddly carnage.
Wyatt.
Day 243 in orbit.
Every morning is a blank canvas. Time to chase the dream and...
Error. Inspirational quote 542 not found.
What the f*** was that?
Breach. Oh, breach. There's definitely a breach.
How are we supposed to get back to Earth? Wait a minute. What the f*** are you doing in the airlock? It's serious. Now you just wait a minute there, pal. Let's talk about this over some nice nip. Come on, you want some nice nip, bud? Game face on.
Gory.
The perfect pet. It's coming time, mother.
watching you record.
Man, that little guy's really not kidding around. But we had in the action category, we had lobsters, we had cats doing whatever Gory was doing there, we had samurais, we had racing games, we had just about everything. Asmon, what'd you think of the action section?
Honestly, man, like I've seen that trailer like 3 or 4 times now, and I think every single time I like it even more. It's like the fact that they had an actual like they have a track, like a song for it on top of that is just really, really cool. And obviously, guys, we've got 2 other gaming experts, gaming wizards here. We've got Mizkif and Schlatt.
Hello.
Schlatt, what'd you think of it?
You know what, Asmon? I am super happy we're finally getting a game about murdering crabs and lobsters, so I can stop doing it in real life.
Mizkif, what do you think?
Well, honestly, that Cuddly Carnage game that we just saw, I actually love that game. I think it is a super unique game that you don't really see often. I love the dubstep that they played. I thought that was honestly amazing. The game reminds me of somebody who doodled that in like 6th grade, and then all of a sudden this game became a reality.
It became a reality, yeah. Like after they got watching a little bit too much Invader Zim, and they just get too crazy.
Some edgy kid with a notebook and a dream.
Yep, and now it's a game. I think it's awesome. And the other game that I really want to talk about a lot is Neo Dash. Like straight up, like that is so cool.
That trailer.
The reason why I like it, it's like you watch the game and it's like hypnotic. There were like games in GameCube that were like this. It reminded me of like the old school essence of like F-Zero or something. And I think it's just such a cool looking, visually appealing game.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of, what does it remind me of? It reminds me of those like old school GameCube games that I used to really enjoy. And it's the kind of game I feel like where I could just get lost for a few hours, sit there and just drive around the track, super colorful, and just enjoy the music. It's very nice.
It's what I like about it is it strikes me as one of those games where you can play it very, very casually. You can just kind of like zen out on your couch or something. Right. But also, if you want to go really hard on it, I'm sure there's going to be some crazy tracks to challenge yourself on it.
What's your favorite game you've seen so far?
Honestly, probably the lobster one. You know what I feel like with the lobsters when it comes to that? You know what must have happened? But you know what they got?
I perfectly I-framed through every single attack that boss did. Like, let's be honest, I did. I avoided every single thing perfectly. What the fuck?
No.
Is this the blob?
What is this? What? No, it's. Listen, guys.
Wait, did I just hear a second lobster?
What is going on?
Is this still your favorite game? I hate this
game. Is this the lobster game?
No, it's not. They don't have guns in this
game.
One.
Looks worse.
Bro, this guy's got a sniper rifle in his mouth. I can't believe this.
Okay, so I can see where the inspiration came from.
Jesus Christ!
So is this...
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's real funny, guys, right? Uh-huh. Yeah, it's real funny.
This clip probably has 1 million on YouTube.
Somebody's getting banned after this.
Yeah, this game is, honestly, I absolutely love this game. I think it is very funny and unique. I think I love when developers always try to make things fun and interesting. Their trailer was fun. I liked the trumpet at the end was great.
I thought that was funny.
You know what I think happened, man? You always see those lobsters at like the seafood restaurants. Where are they? Where do they put the lobsters? Asmon, where do they put the lobsters?
Well, don't they go in the ocean?
No, they have them in crane machines.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, you haven't seen
like
the lobsters?
A toy and they have a.
You've never been. You're telling me you've never been to a seafood restaurant?
I've never been. So
where
like
they have lobsters in a crane game underwater.
It grabs up the crawly boy.
Yes, and then
they
you
put them in the box.
No, if you win the lobster at the seafood restaurant, you eat it. Now imagine the life of that kind of crustacean, who's been submerged in a little toy box. A crane poking at him every day. That's who I think is in this game. I think they took him right from the crane game. Imagine that.
So they get taken from the crane game, they get put in this.
And that's why they want to fight.
I feel like that's the kind of game that's like, it's going to be a really good stream game because of how absolutely ridiculous it is.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, off the wall. You got a lobster with a flamethrower. You got a lobster with a sniper rifle, a crab with a gun.
Yep, and you know what that game reminds me a lot of?
What's that?
Crabs Fighting Crabs reminds me a lot of when Rich did a subathon in my closet.
Yeah, I don't know if Rich is crying or laughing. Let's go over to Rich and we'll move on. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having
Thank you,
us.
Asmon.
Absolutely.
What a time of memories that was. It was like a whole new realm of reality being in Ms. Kiff's closet for that subathon. And this next genre brings you to new realities as well, kind of like being in Ms. Kiff's closet. Folks, get ready. It's time for an adventure. Folks, adventure games have a huge legacy, and these games are looking to continue that legacy. The first one is from Orion Games, Inc., and it's called Ardo. Well, Ardo definitely has a style unlike any of the games that we've seen so far today, and also it's an open world game, which I did not mention before we dove in. If it looks cool to you, good news, you can play it early. You can download the demo right now on Steam. You can also add it to your wish list for when it comes out. I just want to remind everybody at home, any of these games that you like, you can hop into the Discord, you can react to the games that you like the most, and it's going to give them a chance to win that grant that Asmon's going to be awarding at the end of the show. We got $50,000 and a beautiful PC, a Razer PC powered by Intel that the winners will be getting as well to continue developing their games and any future games, which they do make. But let's hop into the next one. This one comes from Dapper Dog Digital, and it's called Biogun.
It's time to get to work, Beck.
To be completely honest, that one reminds me of Ms. Kiff's Closet as well. That one is also a Metroidvania. You can add it to your Steam wish list, and there's a demo available. So that is another game that you will be able to play today. I love Metroidvanias. The progression in them is always very enjoyable. And our next one is a roguelike. It's the first roguelike that we've taken a look at today. It's from Stroll Art Studios, and it's called Below the Stone. Yep, rocks. And Below the Stone is one of those games where I know Asmon pretty well. This is the type of art style that I think really resonates with us. Anytime that you get to see a game with that pixel art, kind of brings you back. You start to remember some of the memories. So for Below the Stone, you can actually already add it to your Steam wishlist. But when we're talking about that art style, I know I want to learn a little bit more. Luckily, Asmon is going to be talking to the lead artist, Mike Stollart, right now.
Thanks, Rich. Yeah, I mean, you're definitely right. I see that art style, and I go right back to 1998, running through, like, Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, or something like that. I absolutely love it. And thank you so much, Mike, for coming on and sharing your game with us. And my understanding is you guys had a really interesting journey coming to the Expo today. And what's the game development journey been like for you?
It's hard to wrap it up in a small little segment, right? It's like we started myself. I didn't go to college or anything for this. I was kind of just going into it as raw as possible, right?
I like it.
I started by kind of inviting. I started with just my art, right? And invited a couple people to join me. Andrew being one of them. Our lead programmer, and he, we worked on Below the Stone for a while. We needed a composer for a Kickstarter later on, so we ended up picking up a composer, Karam, and we actually failed our first Kickstarter. And what I learned though, right, is just putting yourself out there, like, is a huge win. Right? It's not about like the money in Kickstarter. It's really about like people who are fans of that make your game a success, right? And we ended up getting like hundreds of new fans from this Kickstarter. And eventually publishers even started contacting us. In fact, kind of funny story with our publisher. Our relationship, I started by blocking them. I don't know if I should share that, but very smart move by me. But, I started by, originally, they contacted me. I accidentally, I didn't know who they were. I blocked them. Then they contacted me again, blocked them again. And then I was like, and then they found my Facebook out of nowhere, right? And
oh my God,
I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
I was like, whoa, Facebook? All right, maybe they have something to say. So then, I realized these guys were serious about our game, and they saw what we were trying to make was as important as how we thought of it as, right? And then we realized, like, this is kind of like a perfect fit for us. And it really kind of huge, every step of the way, it's just been kind of like a twist and a turn and, hundreds of different directions for this game.
Well, I bet that must have been pretty reassuring whenever you have publishers reaching out to you like that and being so insistent about it, going and doing whatever they need to do to talk to you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, seriously, and these guys are great too. Like, everybody, I used to not like publishers at first, but then I realized, like, these guys are real. These guys are real people. And then it worked out.
Yeah, I bet it seems like it has. Obviously, it has. So, like, you're talking about like this game. It's like it's got like the pixel art a little bit to it, but it's also got a roguelike element. How does this game play?
So, where we kind of separate ourselves from other roguelikes is we actually make it so like crafting and equipping gear is actually like important to your character. There's actually like a long-term progression, whereas other roguelikes, what they do is kind of like you go down until it's almost like a Diablo-esque where like you go down, you die, and then you start over. Then you go down, die, and start over. Go down, die, and start. And like that's like super repetitive in roguelikes. So the way we do it is we make it so every time you descend, you can actually like bring resources back with you to this kingdom area. And you can actually like use that gear to progress further in the game. You can wear this stuff, but every time you go down, right, it's a roguelike. So every time you go down, you're risking that stuff that you're wearing, right?
I get it.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a twist on like how normally roguelikes do it. So every time you're going down, you're risking everything that you're bringing down with you.
So
from
if you
all your
die,
past
you lose the
adventures
stuff?
and everything. Yeah, if you die, you lose all the stuff on your character.
Oh
right?
my God, that's that's
you have to-
intense.
So you can spend like hours crafting all this gear, right?
Yeah.
You're wearing it. You decide to take on the boss. and then you realize like, oh, I don't know how this guy works, and then you start learning the pattern. You're like, oh shit, I don't know if we're allowed to curse on stream. That might have been the first one.
It's okay.
But yeah. But anyway, yeah, yeah, it's like every time you go down, it's like kind of like a new adventure. We have 50 biomes we're planning. We want to make it so like every time you go down, like it's going to be like a completely new kind of adventure every time you go down.
Okay, so yeah, like you go down, you have no idea what's going on. It kind of almost reminds me of a game like Rust, like a super high stakes game. And if you get killed, you lose all your stuff. And I know how crushing that is, but it's also like really, really intense. I think back like things like games I played on that like 2 years ago, I still remember them. So I'm really excited. And if people want to enjoy your project, and they want to support it, where can they go?
Well, they can go to belowthestone.com.
Okay.
We got a Discord. I'm going to be sitting in the voice channel after this. If you want to, wish list the stream, great. Wish list the stream, guys. But also wish list Below the Stone on Steam. But yeah, I also want to say hi to everyone in chat. I wanted to say hi for a long time, but.
All right, yeah. Well, thanks a lot
it.
for coming on, man. Yeah, the game looks really cool, exciting, and I like how it's a new take on the whole roguelike thing, especially with a graphic style that I and I think a lot of other people kind of around our age resonate with really well. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And yeah, again, guys, if you want to add Below the Stone to your Steam wish list, go on ahead. And again, I want to say that whenever we're doing these games, make sure that you go on to Discord. If you all want to vote on the games that you like the most for this developmental grant money to go to, please go ahead and do that and use the Discord, and you guys can vote whenever you want. But anyway, we'll go back and look at some more games.
Yeah, definitely excited to do that, and I think it's really cool to hear that new take on roguelikes. Maybe you see overworld progression sometimes, but actually taking a risk, trying to push a little bit further. I'm definitely looking forward to checking that game out, but we have one more game left in the category. It's from Bedtime Digital Games. Let's take a look at Figment 2, Creed Valley.
What? The chemtrails will kill us. Climate change won't affect me. I can still drive 'cause it's only my 5th beer.
This isn't going to help anyone.
Tigers make the greatest pets. Video games can't be musicals. Hey! Problems should be repressed. A silent fight is a wasted opportunity.
Okay, enough already.
Nobody knows all the trouble we see, but we're all firm beliefs, and someday we will be set free.
One more time from the top team.
You can add that to your Steam wish list right now, but let's talk about all the games that we actually saw in this category. I'm going to throw it up to the second best gamer in OTK, NMP LOL.
Okay, Rich, excuse me. If I'm not the first best, then who's the first best? Sorry, we're getting distracted here. Clearly, I'm the best gamer. We just saw a whole bunch of awesome adventure games. Ardo, Biogun, Below the Stone, Figment 2. I loved them all. Chance, what was your favorite?
That's not how we're supposed to do it.
We can.
Okay. Well, out of all of those, I was going to say Ardo was my favorite initially.
Perfect. Let's do it.
I like the hack and slash, the colors being splashed around as you're kind of running through. You can see that it's white and bland, but as your character moves on, it kind of unloads all those beautiful colors. But the combat looks fluid. It looks good. It looks like a really solid hack and slash, along with just looking gorgeous. But I'm a little torn because, after hearing the dev with Below the Stone, that looks really good. I like gear. Gear is so satisfying to receive. I don't know, maybe Ardo has it too, but I'm torn. All the games look really good.
Yeah.
If I had to pick, I'd go with Ardo.
Seer, how'd you feel about Ardo?
So Ardo is absolutely beautiful. I love that it's got a riveting soundtrack as well. I'm somebody that I need to have my headphones on. I want to feel like I'm inside that game. I want my ears being pounded
Oh.
by good riveting soundtrack.
Hey, yo.
But as Chance said, Below the Stone, you can craft your own gear after hearing the dev. It's like a survival hardcore roguelike.
You don't even know what he was talking about.
I don't think you know what he was. You're chatting, I respect it, though. I'm more of a, Creed Valley type of guy.
Yeah.
The soundtrack, it sounds like a bedtime story that you never want to end,
Really?
Some cool shit.
So Creed Valley, Figment 2, that was your favorite one?
I say it's my favorite because of the soundtrack. The soundtrack makes you glue your eyes on the screen. It makes you want to pay attention to what's going to happen next. So,
yeah. It was cute. It was adorable, Figment had some really we're talking about Figment, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had some really cute music. You see the little scene where he's walking over the piano. It's very music driven.
Crisp animation, voice acting. And I look forward to winning all of these games as well, Chance.
Yeah.
You literally don't even know what you
A lot of these are adventure games. You can't really beat other people in it.
I feel like y'all gaming time has passed. Everybody at this table is 40 plus.
Bro, no, excuse me. Excuse me. I am really good at video games. Okay. But no one asked, but my favorite game actually so far of the 4 is actually Below the Stone. Chance and the progression and just being able to, get gear, craft gear. And then, I just learned from the dev interview that, if you die, you lose
all.
it.
You lose it all.
And that to me is really, really, really exciting.
It was interesting to see his take on the roguelike, and I'll like to see how that plays out. But another game that did stand out, no one's mentioned, Biogun looks good. It's got that Metroid feel that a lot of people tend to love.
Yeah.
And I look at some of the boss fights, which boss fights, in my opinion, are the most important part of these kind of games, and they look solid. There's a little bullet hell kind of dodging here and there. The gameplay looks fun. I get some Super Meat Boy vibes, which is a solid platformer, just kind of based on the looks of it. I saw the clip of the doctor injecting the needle, so the theme of it is also awesome. The music is good. Looks like a solid game.
Yeah,
excited.
This game actually reminds me of an old school game like Mega Man, back when
y'all was old. Oh,
never mind.
Yeah, I think he's 43 or
he
something.
just proved my point.
So Bruce, how do you feel about Biogun there, huh?
I like it.
Yeah?
It reminds me of a computer lab game I used to play in 5th grade.
So about 45 years ago?
No.
Yesterday?
I don't want to do quick math. That's kind
Okay.
of embarrassing.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick, which game here is more likely to keep you up past 8 p.m.?
Well, okay. We're not going to turn this into making fun of me, okay? I'm 27 years old, okay? I'm young.
Did you die soon?
Okay. Guys, remember, chat, if you guys want to, you guys can vote for your favorite in Discord. Right now it's OTK Network Discord. Make sure you go in there and vote. Yeah, I think we're ready to get a quick sandwich, go to the bathroom.
Good job, Nick.
And yeah, we'll be right back after these commercials.
Drop the Browns off at the Super Bowl.
You think you can search the house for something that can help us?
No. I'm sorry. I gotta go.
I don't want to be in here anymore, okay?
Nice.
How do I look?
Hey, big guy, come here. What do I do?
Shotgun, sniper rifle.
Whoa, it's me! Look out! Are you serious? You were gonna let me get eaten by a zombie?
Zombies! The only way that we're gonna survive out there is if we work together now.
Hey, put your hands where I can see them.
No,
I'm gonna
you
shoot
don't
you.
believe.
What kind of people lived here?
We have to go now. Let's go.
Sarah, I'm sorry. I gotta go.
2 headshots! Now let's kill some zombies!
We just got to watch a little peek from one of our sponsors about eating brains, but now we have a whole game category for the glowy brains. It's one of my favorite types of games. It's none other than strategy. When we're actually looking at these strategy games, we have a huge list of very different types of games, so I'm excited to just peel through this category. The first one is unlike anything I've really ever seen before. Asmon and I have spent a lot of time talking about this one. It's from Tucana Interactive, and it's called Dwarf Romantic. That one looks really relaxing to play. I'm very excited to actually check it out. The first time that we watched that trailer with Asmon, he actually turned to me and he went, "Wow, dude, look at that tree, dude. Wow." Right.
It was cool.
It's a cool
game,
tree.
man.
Yeah.
What can I say?
And you guys, you can play it right now. It's already available on Steam, so you can go ahead and download it. And the next game that we're going to be taking a look at, we have some surprises for this one. They're actually going to have an exclusive going on for everybody watching the Games Expo. But before we take a look at that, let's take a look at the trailer. It's from Phobia, and it's called Destiny's Divide.
A single warrior. A simple spell. One small decision can turn the tide of battle in the war of mortals and gods. Every move matters.
Stand in the face of the storm. I sentence you to death! Feel the sting of the alive! So too shall you be shattered against me. Embrace the power of Matai!
Destiny's Divide. Coming soon.
Well, I absolutely love card games. You've probably seen me open packs on just about everybody's stream, but there's something about a card game and actually having the particle effects from a game as well that really gets me excited. And also, I'm excited for the exclusive that you guys will be able to grab. You can visit destinysdivide.com, and if you play at least one game, you are going to be able to grab a skin that is only available for the next 24 hours. And as I'm not sure if you've seen this yet, but it actually kind of looks like you in, I don't know, maybe a month or two from now.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, it looks just like you.
Oh my god. Like, wait, the last time I saw this, I thought he had hair.
Yeah, no, maybe the skin is
take
live
that out? Did you
updating.
get rid of it?
It's live updating.
Okay. I swear to God, we saw this picture like 3 days ago. It had hair, and now he's completely bald.
I think the devs are trying to tell you something.
I think God is. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, so you can
Destiny's Divide.
Destiny's Divide, guys. Get it today, and you get this great skin.
Lots of skin on the top of the head. You can check it out right now. Do not forget to add it to your Steam wish list and head over to the website. That's the only way that you're going to be able to get that exclusive skin, only available for the next 24 hours for people who watched the Games Expo. But we got a little bit more to look at inside of the strategy category. This one's coming from Sunspear Games, and it's called Immortal Gates of Pyre.
This is an awful fight for Santa. He's got to get back into the protection, but I'm not sure that's going to be enough.
Spend his money on a Citadel. This could be a really good opportunity.
Snipes. Four strikes coming down through the whole army. It's all Bone Stalkers. Now they're all dead. One more in the main, and there's no alloy coming in because there's been Safari in the back of the base.
There's no
There's
HP.
nothing at all.
The Safari.
Oh my god.
The Safari
We're just going to snake it out at the last possible moment.
Oh my god.
It is.
Getting to take a look at an RTS game definitely gets me very excited. I don't think I'd be standing in this arena right now if it wasn't for the RTS genre and everything that it did do for esports. So getting to look at a game following in that legacy, very, very inspiring. But we also get to talk to the game director, Coulter, and he is with Asmon right now. Let's hear about the RTS.
Hey, what's going on, Coulter? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. It's good to be on stream. What's up, chat?
It's good to have you here. I mean, honestly, it's been a long time since we had an RTS game come out. I mean, I'm sure you remember just as well as I do. There's a new Command & Conquer every single year, a new Age of Empires. Now there's not a whole lot anymore. So what inspired you to make this game?
So we started right when the big dip in RTS being released happened, and it just, it basically came down to we absolutely wanted to make a game you could share with your friends. Right, like smashing armies with a friend, seeing stuff blow up in that big spectacle way. That's something we tried to do, but people just kept bouncing off the difficulty curve. I mean, sometimes RTSs are infamous for it, and that's something we set out to solve so that like you could share with your friends or you could have fun in this genre in a way that you haven't been able to do before. So that's really what it was all about, and now we're seeing a renaissance. There are so many RTS games in development, some of them very big titles, and so we are working to redefine what RTS means to so many people who have felt excluded from the genre while still delivering that hardcore competitive experience for people who want that.
Well, like whenever you talk about like, differentiating yourself from like the other games, and like you're definitely right. Like I think that what is StarCraft? You have to have 180, 200 APM or something like that now. It's insane. It's crazy how high the skill gap gets with these RTS games. So what's different about Immortal versus a lot of these other strategy games? Like, can you get into a little bit of that?
Yeah, so during that time, early on in our development, we were really focused on, okay, how can we deliver that depth? We've seen other people attempt to make the genre more accessible, and they'll lose the magic in the process by oversimplifying. And so this was a massive effort to really see, okay, can we do this? Can we get the silver bullet we haven't seen before? And so this was really a community thing. We started as a team of modders. We added industry professionals as we went along, but ultimately we got that hardcore delivering experience with that much more fun, can jump into it. you only need to know 3 buttons to play Immortal and have fun.
Okay.
We let you get to the fun with 3 buttons, which is just completely unlike what's come before.
Yeah, that's definitely a great thing. I think that especially even games like Age of Empires that seem like super simple, they become incredibly complex by how seriously the players make them and everything like that. And I guess I want to ask, so for strategy fans, anybody like that, how can they support this project?
So the thing that they can do is tune into our Discord. We're in closed alpha right now. There are keys going out via the streamers that we work with and via our Twitter. So the Discord should be posted in the chat here. So jump in there, check out what's going on. And because we're that community-oriented company, we really want to get your feedback, your first impressions, and if you get a key, your first experiences.
I think that makes a lot of sense, especially since you're a team of modders and everything. So you're very used to kind of taking something and then, appreciating that feedback and that iteration. And so that's really great to hear. Thanks a lot for coming on, Culture. I really appreciate it, and good luck with the game.
Thank you.
I'm really happy to see these kinds of games, man. I am. It's been a long time since we've had some strategy games come out, and it's nice to see them.
Yeah, and there's so many different kind of subgenres inside of strategy.
Yeah, I think that's what's starting to happen, at least. So yeah, guys, join the Discord if you want to be a fan of Immortal, and we'll go on to the next one.
Yeah, you talk about all the different subgenres that are going on inside of strategy. We're going to be taking a look right now at a tower defense. It's called Spirits of the Elements, and it's from Hippo Rider Games. Looking forward to taking more of a look at a tower defense as well to try to see, how many mobs are actually coming out at a time, how the game actually all comes together.
Oh, I think that looks really cool, especially the fact that you can change the lanes. There's not a lot of tower defense games that let you do that unless you go to Warcraft 3 custom games or something like that. So yeah, I think it looks really cool.
Yeah, it's been a little while since we have seen a game like that.
Yeah.
We're going to take a deeper look soon. We're going to get to talk about these games, but we have one more inside of this genre, and it's from Tragsoft, and it is called Coromon. Coromon is now available for download on Steam, so if you want to check it out, you can do just that. But I want to check out all of these games just a little bit more, and lucky for us, Asmon is standing by with Emeru and Tectone to talk about everything that we saw in strategy.
I mean, I'll have to say, I am, to be completely honest, like, I'm really excited for Immortal. Like, I think that game looks really cool. And as somebody who played a lot of StarCraft 2 whenever it first came out, and all RTS games from like the 2000s and the 90s, I am just super hyped about it. But what do you guys think? Amy, what do you think?
I think the game that stands out to me most is Spirits of the Elements. I've always been a big fan of TD games since I was a kid playing balloons in the computer lab, and I think that's something that separates good TD games from okay ones is visuals and sound effects, and there was a lot going on in that trailer that
It's
was
like
very
badass explosion.
Yeah, like it really draws you in.
Yeah, 100%. Tecton, what do you think?
When I came here, I wanted to see innovation and modernized version of the classics.
Yeah.
And that's what I saw. People have been saying that gaming's been dead for years. Today, I feel like a little bit of life was breathed into the whole gaming sphere.
Well, I think that's one of the best things about going and looking at a lot of these indie games is that people have like these ideas, and it can be small studios. You have games like Vampire Survivors, right? 1, 2 guys make this game. It's a massive hit. Everybody plays it, and that's really what we try to do with the whole event here is we try to put a spotlight on games that we think could be the next one of those. And honestly, I think the tower defense game looks really cool too.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of balloons before, and I got to the expert stages, and I kept getting, I got my ass beat, I'm going to be honest. And I stopped playing a game. I got so upset. And so I might try this one out, too, just to see what it's like.
And, like, gameplay is super important, but, like, dude, I'm 1 year older than NMP, and that dude's been having a midlife crisis for about a decade now. So, like, I'm not too worried about the gameplay anymore. I want to hear good soundtracks and art style. Ardo, oh, my God, looked amazing. Spell is, Figment 2 looked beautiful, and the soundtrack of, Beneath the Rock?
Yeah.
There's been some real good shit.
Yeah. I think the sound and everything like that does really make a big difference. Is that, like, especially like what Emmy you were talking about with like having the graphics and like the explosions, just having them be visually appealing. Like this stuff happens, it's on the screen, and just pops off. Like
it has
that's
to be
so
satisfying.
Yes,
yeah.
like the visual appeal of Neo Dash 2, good lord.
Yeah.
It looked beautiful.
I think this is really funny because like you probably sat up here, like we're talking about like just a certain amount of games, strategy games. Bro, you're bringing up all the games.
Oh yeah,
like,
dude, I'm getting sensory overloaded. There's been so many bangers, man. I'm sorry.
I understand that. I feel the same way, man. Like I'm very, very excited. Especially as I said, especially the Immortal game, right? Like I see this and it reminds me of like, StarCraft 2. It gives me that same vibe. And I am just so excited to see that. Especially like I'm really curious to know like what do they mean about like making it easier to do, right? Like what's the micro in this game? How do you have to play it? Like what's it really about? And that's what I'm really curious about as well.
Yeah, like with the tower defense too. Like I have no idea how they're gonna do. What is that? Open lane tower defense?
Yeah.
I've never seen that ever.
I have no idea. Yeah, I haven't played hardly any tower defense games at all, but I've done like, I guess a little bit of the Warcraft 3 ones and then also the balloons. And as I said, every single time I do it, I just try to make a bunch of the most powerful units. And then whenever that stops working, I usually rage quit the game. So I'm curious to see how far I'll go with this.
You have to try new strategies.
Yeah, that's the part where it doesn't work because I beat my head on the wall until I break through. You know, but there's some games that just don't let me do that. And I'm excited, especially whenever you have like these more off-the-wall solutions, because I think really what, Tecton, you were saying about like gaming being dead, right? What does that really mean? It means like the ideas that people have had for like, let's say 15 years for a game like tower defense, right? It's something that like for the first time, you think to yourself, you know what, maybe it doesn't actually have to play like that. Maybe, we don't need to have like established lanes. Maybe it doesn't need to do this exact thing. Same with Immortal.
Exactly, because like there's a lot of companies that are like afraid to innovate. Like we're like why try something new when you can already do what what works? But like I think we've seen a lot of innovation tonight, 100%.
Oh, I'm very excited. I certainly am. Like I think I might try I'm probably gonna play that Elements game. I am.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna see what it's like. Yeah, absolutely. But guys, I want to say again is that just make sure that you guys vote for the games that you guys enjoy a lot. We're going to have the Discord link again in chat. It's on the OTK Network Discord because, as I said before, $50,000 as well as some PCs, some Razer PCs powered by Intel are going to be provided for you all today and for these different studios that win. So anyway, I'm pretty much good. Hey, how do you guys feel about them?
Good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
All right. Well, Rich, go on ahead. I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this next genre. As somebody who's been told that he looks like Luigi his entire life, the next category definitely really does resonate with me. It's time for platformers. This next one also resonates with me as well because when you actually do look at how the controls work, the legs are going to be even more awkward than my jokes. It's Lock Pickle's new game, Robotry. I've always been a huge fan of games like Robotry, where you actually do have to overcome the movement. Played a lot of QWOP and games like that. So excited to see everything Robotry will bring to the table. You can add it to your Steam wishlist right now so you can see as soon as it is available. Now, the next game is unlike anything that we've seen yet today. It's from Biscuit Locker, and it's called the Catbox Paradox. I'm really cheering for that little guy. When you actually do watch the cat running around, you think about the Schrödinger paradox and how it's both alive and dead at the same time, much like my streaming career. But for this one, we actually do get to hear more about the game's development. This is one of the most heartwarming stories that I actually got to hear leading into the Games Expo. Asmon's going to be talking to both of the devs right now. They're named Mr. Ben and Mr. Bobs, and they actually put this game together right around the beginning of COVID as a way to kind of stay in touch. I don't want to say too much about it. I'll let them actually talk about the creation of the game. And you can actually download Catbox Paradox right now. It's available for download on Steam. So if you want to check it out during the Games Expo, you can go ahead and do that before we take even this deeper look at what went into the development process and what the game's all about and what the goal actually was for making this game. Because like I said a little bit earlier, it really is one of those games that going into the Games Expo, we heard the story about the game's development, and that was one of the reasons that we did want to put it into the spotlight and actually get to check it out. We only have 3 games as well in the platformer category, so after we check out this interview, we're going to be jumping into the last one. And we have a few more genres as well. We're going to take a look at some of the genres that we are going to be looking at today as we get ready for that interview. We already, I think, covered about 4 of them. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at party games. From there, we're going to be taking a look at shooters as well. And I believe after that, we're going to be getting into the simulation games. I'm very excited to check out that category and see everything that Seer has to say about that. But when we do put our attention back on the platformers, we have a lot of surprises in the final game as well. And for the Catbox Paradox, we do have that interview getting ready very shortly here with AsmonGold. So I can see AsmonGold right now, very excited to get his chance to actually talk about it. Asmon, what did you think about that game?
I thought it was cool, man. Like, I gotta go back and watch the trailer. So the cat goes black and white back and forth. I think that's pretty, like, I've never seen something that does that before. And I think it's an interesting game. I think that's one of the most the coolest things about looking at some of these games is like taking a completely new idea, a completely new perspective on something, and trying something that, especially, I think one aspect of this that's really underplayed is the visual identity of it, because it looks very appealing. It looks like something that you've never really seen something like that before in the same way. Obviously, like the graphics, again, it like I forgot who it was that mentioned this. It was Bruce talking about games they played in the computer lab in 5th grade. I think I was doing a lot of that back whenever I was about high school at that time. And so yeah, I love these games. I think they're really cool, and especially whenever they have like a cool little gimmick like that that gives you a little bit of like kind of a back and forth. And the co-op game, jumping around and everything, you like that?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those games where instantly you're going to see a lot of streamers play it and they're going to freak out. Like, you'll even see the people who, as much as they try, they stream, but they're not necessarily good at games. Like Quinn, I am currently better than him at Diablo. It's not a huge deal. But you know what is a huge deal? How great the Catbox Paradox does look. I just got word that the interview is ready. Asmon, let's actually learn about the game.
All right, yeah, I'm very excited about this. So thank you all very much, Mr. Ben and Mr. Bobs, for joining us. And I'm really kind of curious. I've heard that you all have a pretty interesting story of how you became friends and when you guys started making games together. So how did it all happen?
Hi. We started making games when we were children, back in school, and we made games on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. We programmed them in BASIC, and we released them on tape.
Oh wow!
So a long time ago.
Yeah.
And then it was a brief hiatus of 30 years, I think, and then we thought we'd have a go again. So we took up Godot during lockdown and tried to make a game. And, kind of prototyped a few ideas, and then it just kind of went on from there, really.
That is crazy. So 30 years y'all went on hiatus, came back, you make this game, it's on the Expo and everything. That's a cool story. I like that a lot. What's the game about? Is like the cat, like it changes colors? How's it work?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So as you mentioned, it's based on the Schrödinger's cat paradox about a cat being both simultaneously dead or alive, and we've sort of symbolized that with the black and white colors. So during the game, you can switch using the button just to switch between the black cat and the white cat. And as a black cat, you can't touch anything that's white, and as a white cat, you can't touch anything that's black. Although that's quite a simple mechanic overall, we've really had fun trying to see sort of where that idea can take us. And we've hopefully come up with lots and lots of ideas, making a kind of fast-paced and fun little, with lots and lots of variety as well, a little platform game.
I think it looks pretty cool. Like I can see it being one of those things where it's like it seems really simple to do, and then whenever you actually start playing the game, you just get your ass beat. And so I'm pretty excited to see that, absolutely. And what really was your goal with making this game?
Really just have a bit of fun and challenge ourselves and sort of make something like we wanted to make when we were kids, and in that kind of era. But obviously we couldn't, and then nowadays it's so much easier, so much better. So yeah, it was really just to have a bit of fun, and we got a lot of positive feedback from playtesters and players, and then we just thought, well, we should put it out there.
That is honestly, like for me personally, I think that's really cool, because whenever I was a kid, I did like animation and other types of stuff like that, and it's like, back then the technology you had was just like so much worse. So like going back and seeing what people are capable of doing now and like really kind of finishing the unfinished is really awesome. So thank you guys so much. And the game is available right now on Steam, is that right?
That's right, yeah.
Awesome. Yep. Okay, yeah. So if anybody wants to go and play Catbox Paradox, you can go ahead and do that right now on Steam. Thank you very much, Mr. Bob and Mr. Ben. I appreciate it, and good luck with the future of your game.
Thanks, Ray. Thank you.
Man, like I think that is like I think that's really cool. Like me and two of my friends, whenever we were in like on summer vacation, we made these like animation games together, and I don't know. It's like very nostalgic for me to see that, even though it's never really happened to me. It's just like I remember how cool that was, and seeing two guys come together and do that after so many years is just very personal for me.
Yeah, no, it's a great thing to see, and also when you start to look at the mechanics of it as well, that simple mechanic has a lot of potential to really just change how the entire game does work. But we have one more game here in our platformers that we are going to be talking about, and for this one, I don't know what else to say besides the fact that my excitement is almost as huge as its creator's ego. This one is made by Mizkif, and it's called Unrooted. If you want to stay up to date with everything with this game, you can follow him on Twitter right now at UnrootedGame. And we're going to get to talk to the developer of the game just a little bit more, Mizkif. He's sitting with Asmon and Emaru right now. Let's hear about Unrooted.
Yeah, this game has actually been a passion project for the past 2 years. I'm actually kind of nervous about this because I know people have been asking about this game. I've gotten hundreds of Reddit posts. Asmon, is that really what you're going to look like when I'm shouting out my game?
Oh, no, I was thinking about something else, this one.
Anyway, back to what I was saying. So a lot of people have been asking about this game, and I'm super excited to finally talk about it. Basically how it happened is I was at an airport, and I was playing platformers. I've been playing platformers pretty much every day for the past few years. I love Jump King. I love other platformers. Jump King is really good. And I always wanted to be able to make one of these games. I always wanted to create one, and I thought the best way to do it was with my community. But it wasn't. Because what happened was I hired a bunch of people from my community, and they all lied about what their resumes were, and they actually couldn't do anything.
Oh, yeah. I've done that before. Yeah.
So I had to rehire a bunch of people, and I was able to hire an amazing team from my community still. We have some crowd favorites, this girl named Courtney. She's in my chat right now. And we have Coaster Music as well, who made a lot of the music in the game. And it's just been a crazy project for the past 2 years. I never knew how expensive making a game really was.
So speaking of expensive, how many microtransactions are you going to have in the game?
Well, I was getting to that. So right now, it's an expensive game. We will have NFTs available right after this.
Okay.
So if you guys want to follow the Unrooted Twitter, it is Unrooted Game on Twitter, I believe. But yeah, it's just a passion project that we've been working on. The artwork is fantastic.
So yeah, anyway, guys, Uprooted. I think it's great.
Cat game?
The cat. I like the cat game too. Like,
yeah, cool
honestly,
platformer mechanics.
I think it was like a really cool like back and forth where you could go in the black and white, and it was like life and death and all that kind of stuff. It was a really, really new idea that just completely changed everything.
Yeah, I like the zero gravity stuff on the platforms.
Yeah, you go up in the air and you fly around. I mean, Miz, the Catbox game was good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Catbox game was very good. I like the devs. They're very nice. My devs are actually great too. But the cat game was fantastic. I love it. I think chat's going to love this one. It's very creative, and the devs working together, it's a very nice story.
It's a very nice story. I certainly like it a lot. And all right, okay, no memes. That's the first time I really saw the trailer. It actually looks pretty good, dude.
You right?
Yeah, it looks awesome.
It actually looks good.
So we actually copied Ori and the Blind Forest because that game sold really well.
That's good because you just do something that somebody else does.
Yeah.
So it's like your stream.
Exactly. You're talking to me.
Hey!
I know you're going to react to this when you go home.
No, of course I will. No, I'll be like, wow, that was a good joke. I was really funny there. Yeah, true. True myself. Exactly.
But yeah, chat, for any of these games that you guys see right now, you can head over to the Discord, which is, I believe, the OTK Discord. Go head over there. There is a panel or a place you can vote for all the games. Like Asmon said, first place gets $30,000. I believe second place gets $20,000, right?
Yep, and they both get a Razer PC that's got Intel inside of it too. Intel stuff is powered by Intel. I think that's a lot, especially, I mean, PC is getting a whole gaming PC now, especially, I don't know really how bad the clip shortage is now, but it's over $1,000. That's a lot of money. So for people that want to develop a game and actually render it and make it work the way they want, I think this is a tremendous bonus for them, because you got to keep in mind, like, for every massive game developer that are making millions of dollars because they've got 18 different kinds of loot boxes in the game. I'm not thinking about anybody in particular, but any of that kind of stuff, you know, for every one of those, there's hundreds of people, thousands of people out there trying to just make a little game, something, just a little bit of something special, and that's what we really want to empower today and make happen. So I'm excited. I am. I think it's cool, and I'm curious to see what's going to happen with these other games.
Me too. I think these games are looking very good right now, and I also want to say thank you to chat. We are watching. Don't worry. Nick's refreshing live stream fails as we speak. We are seeing what you guys are saying, and the support is absolutely unreal. Thank you guys so much for being kind to every game and everybody on this stream. It is fantastic. So thank you.
Mizkif is farming hearts, so you download his game.
So it comes out winter 2022.
Okay.
Right now, there's an NFT available.
All right, so you can download that right now. You mint it right now. Put in your password. Do they need to put in their credit card now, or is that later?
You can put it in later. It's fine.
Okay, all right, that's
don't
great.
worry about it. PayPal works.
Okay, yeah, just direct to you.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
that's
of
okay
course.
with you.
All right, that makes sense. You know, for tax reasons and everything. Emmy, how excited on a scale of 1 to 10 are you to play Mizkif's game?
Like a 3. No, like a 10. It looks sick.
Wow, a 10. Oh my God, guys, that's so great. Wow.
I was fine with the 3. I was honestly okay with that. Just play the game. That's all I care about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm sorry.
It's whatever.
Anyway, so yeah, thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. And we're going to move on to our next section. But again, guys, I want to remind you just one last time, please make sure to vote in the Discord for the games that you like the most. There's $50,000 on the line here on top of 2 PCs made by Razer, powered by Intel. So we're going to go on over to Rich, and we're going to continue the show.
Yeah, actually, when Mizkif was talking, I want to give the biggest shout out ever to Razer right now. Them running that ad was the only way that we could get Mizkif to stop talking. But we got a brand new category coming up. It's none other than one of OTK's favorites. It's time to take a look at party games. We have a whole bunch of games inside of this category, and we're looking at these right now, thinking about maybe playing them in OTK Game Night. The first one's coming from Chaotic Entertainment, and it is called Minigame Madness. There is an early demo available for the game right now, so if you want to check it out and you can play it with a few other people you're watching the Games Expo with, you can find some people to play in chat. And for when the full release actually does come out, you can add that to your Steam wish list so you do not miss anything. But we're going to keep on moving, keep on checking out all of these party games. The next one's coming from a studio called Chua, and the game is called The Matriarch. Did they add that? I did not see that when we watched the trailer.
So we watched these trailers before. It's new.
It's definitely new.
Yeah, church sure has changed since last time I went. I don't remember the upside down crosses and satanic rituals. Looks a lot more fun.
Looks pretty fun to me, and if you guys want to make sure that you don't miss any of that fun, you can add it to your Steam wishlist right now for when the game is released. And let's take a look at the next one. This one is coming from Fireline Games. Let's take a look at Fuel Up. I could actually talk about that one all day. Very excited to see more. If you are, be sure to add it to your wish list so you don't miss anything. But there is also a download that is available for play today, so you can actually check it out and see it for yourself. And you're also going to see another game right now. This one's coming from RDBK Studios, and it is known as Renown. I'm not sure if McConnell's watching right now, but that game seems right up his alley.
Bro, I'm really excited about that game. That game looks really cool.
It really does.
It looks really cool. I guarantee you, whenever that comes out, me and McConnell are going to be building a castle together in that game. Oh my God, it's exciting. And we get to talk to these guys, right?
You get to right now.
Oh boy, I'm ready. Okay, all right, let's go. All right, Jesse, thank you very much for coming on and talking about the game Renown. I'm going to be honest, man.
No problem.
It looks fucking awesome. So, you guys, Rust came out, and it came out a while ago, but it's had like a massive renaissance. Everybody's been playing Rust nowadays. What made you want to do basically medieval Rust?
Well, I mean, it started probably 8 years ago. I mean,
Yeah.
I went to RMIT, which is a school in Melbourne.
Okay.
And I met Charlie, who is the other co-founder of RWK Studios. And it was actually the first conversation I had with him. He was explaining Rust to me. And it just sounded like the best game ever. I mean, I played it that night until the early hours of the morning. And from that moment, that game was just, for me, the best experience so far. And also at the same time, we were playing Chivalry Medieval Warfare. And in the same sort of vein, the combat system was just so intuitive. And as we played both these games religiously for years, we just kept talking about this medieval survival that, raiding with trebuchets and battering rams and incorporating a directional-based combat system that it just eventually was so good of an idea we couldn't not make it.
I
and
agree.
then we finished school and we started, and from that point we just built a team. And they're just the most dedicated guys. Like it's unparalleled, the quality and speed we get through this stuff. It's fantastic.
I mean, the quality and the speed. That sounds good. When's it gonna come out, man?
Okay, so the timeline, I guess, from now to release is basically we've got Steam Next Fest happening on the 13th of June. So very, very soon, and we've got a combat demo that's free for people to play. So we implore you to come and give that a shot. It's just basically the combat version of the game. After that, maybe a month or two past that point, we've got Raid module, which is, if you imagine you took all the survival systems into a short sort of game mode, we're going to give that to our backers and testers to solidify those systems. It's basically like a small game where two teams fight together, they craft and build their castles and raid, and it's a way we can test all the systems in one place. From there, test and create the full survival game from that testing period for hopefully a release in early access maybe mid next year, we hope. But of course these things change, but we can't wait to get it in your hands, that's for sure.
How many people can be on the server? Like, because I think about like a medieval fight. I'm thinking like Kingdom of Heaven, Lord of the Rings. There's a lot of people there. How many?
Well, we're hoping to have 100 players on a server. I mean, we never really envisioned Renown to be this huge battles. Or as much as it's cool, I'm sure some people will make some servers where that's possible.
Yeah.
But for us, it was actually like a core, like a little close-knit clan where you're allying with people around you, fighting over hotspots of resources. It's that sort of like social connections between smaller groups, which we want to capitalize on for sure.
So you have like those small, like, what are you thinking, like 8-man teams, something like that, 4 to 8-man teams?
Exactly, literally, that's exactly what we're balancing to. And then we're going to be hopefully doing weekly wipe cycles. We might go to bi-weekly, but we think for the replayability, a week works quite well.
Okay, so it's going to be like you're going back and forth, you're building up, you're getting busted back down, you do it all over again. Is that basically it? Okay,
Exactly.
yeah, I'm excited. So June, what was it, 13th? Was that what you said?
That's correct. So Steam Next Fest,
Okay.
free to play for anyone for about a week. So and also join our Discord and let us know what you think, because we really need that feedback. And yeah, we just love to know your thoughts, honestly.
Honestly, man, I'm really excited to see this game. So thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much for sharing it.
No problem.
I'm really excited
Thank you
to see
so
where
much.
it's going to go.
Me too. Thanks. Thank you.
Absolutely. And guys, again, Renown, you guys can put it on your wish list now for Steam. But we've got two very well-renowned gamers here. We have SFan TV and we have Jay Schlatt on to talk about these games. Schlatt, what do you think?
Thank you so much, Asmon. Hold on one second.
looks good.
Shroud, you look so good right now, man.
Incredibly handsome.
And look, Asmon, I mean, look, you see a lot of these game genres that go back in time. This is one with Renown. I really feel like this is the perfect fit for it.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think, I mean, Asmon, you and I were cut from the same cloth. We like knights, armor, big frickin' swords. I think Renown looks really, really exciting. You know, it's just one of those games.
I'm so excited. Like, I remember I first started playing Rust whenever they had that first server that we made on Twitch with everybody on it. And, like, I had such a good time. I would steal everybody's horse on that server. It was great. It was one of my favorite things to do. I would take a day off of stream just so I could run around and hide under somebody's base and break it down. But, like, this, it's like especially – no, really, that's what I did. I would steal those things. I'd run them back to my stable.
I remember. I was playing, I would log in, and I think the first time I encountered your stable, I was just running around like off the side of a beach or something, and I see this big house, and I open it, and there's just horses lined up, and everybody's getting their horses stolen. They have no idea where they're going, and it's just, Asmon literally has like 20 horses sitting in this stable, and just you're a horse thief. I mean, you were collecting mounts even in Rust.
And what were you gonna do with those horses, man?
Well, usually, like, I would honestly. The thing is that I had to build a bigger team because we employed one person just to feed all the horses.
Wow.
Yeah, like that. We turned this into an industry. So I'm really curious to see what this is going to be. Like, I look at the graphics, I look at the way the game plays, and it's like, I mean, I see chopping down trees. I'm thinking of, you know, just that new world late night experience sitting in the dark. And so I just am so excited to see this game. But there's a number of other ones as well. Like
there's so many good ones here.
Which ones you like?
Well, I mean, Fueled Up looks fantastic. Literally just overcooked in space. I mean, that's the better formula than that.
Yeah. Well, I think the big thing too is we'll just tell them the truth, guys. We need some stream content, you know, and we do our game nights every Wednesday. We do our OTK game nights every Wednesday, and we're looking at all these party games. And even when we were going through the trailers, we were like, dude, we got to play this one. We got to play this one. And I know, I mean, all these games really, but you mentioned Fueled Up, Minigame Madness, Matriarch. I mean, you name it. And even unfortunately, some things that we don't even get to show in the Expo. There were just so many good submissions. We had to narrow it down for the sake of the show.
I mean, absolutely. And you guys see, we've got a lot of the really, really good ones here. And I have to say, I like Fueled Up too, as well. Like, it was a lot like the, and especially the OTK game night. Like, I am so sick of you guys playing Gang Beasts and throwing me off the edge. I'm tired of this, man. Like, what's going on?
I want to play Gang Beasts. So far, I'd wanted to play Gang Beasts like every week because I basically just get to go harass Asmon, which is one of my favorite pastimes.
I literally throw me off the edge. It's like, I feel like Palpatine.
Imagine Minigame Madness in real life. If we had OTK game night in real life, had everyone in like Antarctica.
Yeah, and just pushing each other off cliffs.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Yeah, why not?
What could go wrong?
Yeah.
No, I personally, I'd love to play Minigame Madness with Ludwig. Ludwig, you down, man?
Oh my God.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Just kidding. Yeah.
Yeah. No thanks, man. No. We'll let you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got to say, like, I am so excited about this Renown game. I think that this type of survival game, especially like team-based survival games where it's like PvP and it's in a medieval setting, I am just so hyped up for that. So I might actually even play the combat demo because I think it's one of those games, like, especially with something like Renown, what really makes a game like that, fun is you've got a 1 week, 2 week wipe cycle. So it's mainly about like building up and like the play experience on a day-to-day basis. So like making sure that is like pristine, on point, precise, and fun to do. I think that if you do that, everything else just fits together.
I think fresh in any game, like whenever you get a chance to wipe it and go fresh and start from the beginning is fun for everybody. Because you have people that's just what they do. They just like going fresh and they like just from the beginning over and over and over again. Or there's people that were like, oh, I didn't do well on the last wipe, and these are all my excuses. These are all my reasons. But this time I'll do good.
It's going to be different this time, guys.
And they're in the cycle, dude. They're in the cycle.
Oh, I'm going to get all the sniper rifles this time. It's going to be okay. But yeah, guys, listen, I got to remind y'all again, listen, go to the Discord, OTK Network Discord. There is $50,000 in grants, not pledges, grants, that's going to be going out to these different developers, and you vote on the winners. So make sure to do that, OTK Discord, and on top of that, each one of the prizes comes with a Razer PC that's powered by Intel. And again, we'll throw it back over to Rich, and we'll start going to the next section.
We are going to do just that. Now, we've never done this before at an OTK Games Expo, but this category is actually dedicated to a pioneer, one of my personal heroes, and a man who, well, a very brave man who has managed to touch all of us and inspire all of us. A man with beautiful aim and an even more beautiful smile. This category is dedicated to Shroud. Shroud, let's take a look at shooters. I think I actually might be the bad guy in this next game. It's made by Mopeful Games, and it's called Fashion Police Squad. That one looks great. Having a hair gun, I wish that existed in real life. But we're going to take a look at the next game. This one's from Dids, and it's called Project Sparrow. Two very different games right now to kick off the shooters, but they do have one thing in common. You can play both of them right now. So when you actually do look at Fashion Police Squad, you can play the early demo. You can download that right now on Steam. But for Project Sparrow, you can download the entire game. So if you want to check them both out, you can head over to Steam and play them both today. But we're already starting to see shooters are going to have a pretty large variety. A lot of things falling under this umbrella. We got two more games to check out, but we're going to take a deep dive on Project Sparrow. Asmon is with the game developer right now for an interview.
Okay, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, guys. Like, I feel like this is the kind of game that I would get my ass beat in. Like, it's like you have to be so precise with the shots, and I'm really excited to see kind of like where did this game really come from? What was the inspiration for it, and kind of what's your story in making this game?
Yeah, so about 5 years ago, I just really wanted to make. Well, there was no games that had bows and arrows or anything like that, so I just wanted to make a shooter game that had bows. Just a sick game.
So it's a shooter game, and like there's like customizing your arrows and your bow. Like, what's the kind of stuff that you can do? Are there special abilities? Like, what's really on the table here?
Yeah, so at the start of every round, there's 13 rounds in a game, first to 7. At the start of each round, you can pick an arrow type. So you've got like fire arrows, shadow arrows, and smoke arrows. So you can like shadow arrow, TP, shoot your enemy from behind. You've got utility section as well that you can pick from. So you can choose if you want a smoke bomb or a satchel or a throwing knife. Just pretty much help your playstyle rather than just having abilities that one-shot you. So that's kind of the gist of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I see it, and it just seems like it's like so precise and so fast. I can't even imagine like other abilities. So you can teleport around, and like what does a fire arrow do? Does it kind of just like shut down a certain area on the map, or what?
Yeah, so you just fire a fire arrow. You just swap to it with your arrow type, and then wherever it hits, it makes a fire like AOE.
Okay.
So if you've got someone who's 3Ping you and they won't move out of cover, you just fire arrow. They have to move, and then you can shoot them.
Is there a team version of this? Like I think a lot of these were 1v1.
System game.